not in the big club.
Yeah. You duh. Yeah. You duh. You down with AIP? Yeah, you know me. Anything is possible to creed. The key on the mic. I'm the truth, no fantasy. Podcast flow, old school vibe guaranteed. AIP. Every listener knows. Breaking barriers, smashing the foes. Convos deeper than a philosopher's prose. We planting seeds, watch how it grows. Jumped on the beat like a classic cassette. Late night talk, the vibe you won't forget. Dropping wisdom gems, the grind is set. Every story told, ain't no limits met. You open the mind, the world opens wide. On this podcast, real thoughts collide. From the cooks in the kitchen to the suits we chide. Dreams get bigger when the truth's applied. Sip on success like it's poured in a mug. Real talk, no BS, no need for a shrug. In your ear like an anthem, snug as a hug. Tune in, feel the buzz, plug after plug. AIP, every listener knows. Breaking barriers, smashing the foes. Convos deeper than a philosopher's prose. We planting seeds, watch how it grows. AIP, every listener knows. Breaking barriers, smashing the foes. Convos deeper than a philosopher's prose. We planting seeds, watch how it grows. Watch how it grows. Watch how it grows. Watch how it grows. Watch how it grows.
Welcome everybody to the AIP channel where anything is possible. We'll talk about anything and everything. Welcome back to another conspiracy lunch with yours truly. We're gonna have a little fun. I got some fun videos to show, and yeah, I got other things to show. Crazy world we're living in right now. Absolutely crazy world we're living in. So I appreciate y'all popping in here, coming here. We got Sweets and James in the chat. What's up? Appreciate y'all popping in here. Like I said, I got some good videos, and then I got some not so good videos. Thanks, James, on the check. Yeah, I think Rumble finally got their studio figured out. Thank you, Rumble, for working hard. Let's see if y'all can get the rest of them little kinks out of their system, and Rumble's gonna be all right. Let me jump into it. I was gonna jump in one way, but Jamie sent me this, and kind of crazy. Which is wild. What? Of course, it's Alex Jones, but saying it, but Liver King and Joe Rogan. What the hell's going on here? Oops. Make sure I get sound.
All right, I've got a breaking exclusive for you that I got from our sources. The Austin Police Department, as we speak, is on their way to a hotel in downtown Austin to arrest the Liver King because he's been making a lot of bizarre, cryptic threats to Joe Rogan, and that he's going to come to town and fight him. And now he's there and has posted videos that are very, very direct threats. And so I am told that he's going to be arrested for terroristic threats. And that just shows how crazy society's going. In the videos, he looks extremely deranged with dilated pupils. And so we hope the Liver King gets better. But this is what is happening in America and around the world. We need God, folks. We need God. We need to get back to God. So we hope everything goes okay, and we hope that I'm told it's happening right now, so that's why we're waiting until we get the word it's already happened to upload this information. But of course, we're not telling you the locations so that people don't get in the way of the Austin Police Department, who also did a great job finding and arresting and indicting all four of the co-conspirators and charging with capital murder that executed our reporter in a clearly racially motivated execution back in March. We love you, Jamie White, and we love Joe Rogan. This type of craziness, for everything you hear about where Joe's being threatened, believe there's 10 other cases where serious stuff's happening. Same thing with Elon Musk, and obviously myself as well. So keep praying for InfoWars. All right, God bless you all. I'll be live today at 11 a.m. Central with Trump going off on Israel, saying they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They really broke the ceasefire. This is getting wild. So join us today, 11 a.m. The live feeds at Real Alex Jones right here on X, Infowars.com/show.
Instead of being with Alex Jones, y'all are with me, which I appreciate it. What's up, Mission Control? I forgot to put my headphones and switch to the headphones. I knew I forgot to do some kind of thing, but yeah, Liver King was
all right. I've got
crazy.
Everything. Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is.
Look at that. One of his eyes is dilated and the other one isn't. I've seen somebody comment that, and I'm like, put in the chat, what do you think could cause that? That's
because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man to a fight. Honorable. And we don't have to pretend or make any videos. The world is watching. They'll make the videos for us. And you don't have to hold a camera. You can hold the hand of somebody that you love, because what happens next to you, you're going to need to remember that feeling. You're going to need something more than what you did to give you something to fight for, because I have my family to fight for. And I'll die for them, you know that. And you're a black belt, but you've never come across something like this, willing to die, hoping that you'll choke me out. I pray to God, because that's a dream come true. It feels good. And then the limbs, I'm fighting for my family. So limb. Go ahead. But then you have to contend with something else. And I weigh 177 pounds, an actual savage. And so at first you're like, fuck that guy. And right? When you all of a sudden he did get your attention, which I already did before this, you're saying, I'm going to choke that motherfucker, that piece of fucking shit. I'm going to choke him out. That's what warriors do. You and Andrew Tate are good warriors. But you're actually better than that real tension we have. Comedy that you do is good and true. We have real tension. But what I see in you is comedy is good and true. Touch points. Well, people laugh. If we don't make fun of them at their expense, they laugh. You should all make fun of me. You should all make fun of me at my expense. Trust me, that it still works. And then you should get paid for it. And let's go. Because we're leaving. We're going to Austin. What was my very last point?
That we're gonna kick Joe Rogan's ass?
The real G said it. Oh, it's my speech. Justin Fitz.
And his tongue's blue. One eye pupil's dilated and one isn't, and his tongue is blue. That's a while. What's up, Charlie? Appreciate you popping in. Yeah, according to Alex Jones sources, Liver King is about to get arrested. So I don't know. He looks kind of disheveled. Wild, crazy world we're living in right now. I wanted to share crazy world we're living in right now. Let me share this tab instead. There's Vigilant Fox, usually pretty good on Twitter about kind of showing stuff. 10 different stories of news media buried.
Now, we're hearing incredibly optimistic views coming out of the White House as far as how long this can hold and what this is going to look like. that obviously still remains to be seen on the implementation side of this, and waiting to see if the firing does stop and if Iran and Israel do both agree to this. Because, speaking of the fluidity of the situation, it was just 24 hours ago that President Trump himself was suggesting a regime change in Iran was a possibility. And obviously right before that, having the United States strike Iran. And so, yes, there have been a lot of phone calls going back and forth. In part, this has to do with Iran's limited response earlier, where they fired on a U.S. base in Qatar, but there were no casualties. We know that they did give a heads up that they were going to be firing on U.S. bases without exactly specifying which ones.
That's just weird. Like, hey, we're about to fire on your bases. Get your guys out. That don't make sense. It don't make sense to me, but I don't know.
But that is the question here, is if the United States felt that it did not need to respond to the Iranian retaliation, did that create the space for this? That is what we've been hearing from administration officials. And so the question is whether or not this still holds for the next few hours.
Caitlin, I just been given word that Iran, according to a diplomat who briefed CNN, Iran has agreed to the ceasefire. So this is significant. I just want to try to learn some more information as soon as we get it about that. But if that is the case, that's incredibly significant, because that is, we were waiting. We had not heard from Iran. We had not heard from Israel. All we were going on so far has been the president's social media post, which was some 2 hours ago. So again, that is the first indication we have that Iran has agreed to this.
No,
now we're hearing incredibly.
Stop it. Which is wild. And then they turn around and Israel threw more bombs. Like, they had so many hours to stop the bombing. I don't understand that either. Either let's do a ceasefire, let's stop. You don't have to hit the button and send more missiles. Like, y'all got so many hours to stop firing, and then the ceasefire starts. It don't. It's weird. It's like we're all watching a TV show. But I'll continue on some of these other crazy stories that's up here.
French police have detained 12 suspects after a wave of syringe attacks occurred at France's Music Street Festival. 145 people reported being pricked with syringes following calls on social media to jab women. The Gateway Pundit has covered the story. 145 people reported being pricked in this syringe attack. We also have reportedly 1,500 people injured and 371 arrested. So millions were in the streets across France on Saturday for a music festival known as the Fête de la Musique, when chaos broke out in the streets with reported brawls, clashes with police, and stabbings, leaving hundreds or thousands injured. 145 people were assaulted in this so-called syringe attack, with the suspected intention being to intoxicate one with a date rape drug. A local mayor said the festival had broken all attendance records as the FC Metz soccer team was playing in a playoff match. Per France 24, nearly 150 people reported being assaulted with syringes across France during the annual Fête de la Musique summer festival, with Paris police reporting 13 cases in the capital alone. 12 suspects in the attacks were arrested. The Interior Ministry said more than 370 other people were detained nationwide on various other charges. Additionally, unconfirmed reports circulating on social media suggest that there was massive violence, leaving 1,500 injured. Per Remix News, 6 were stabbed, with 1 in critical condition. 371 were arrested. 13 police officers were injured. 51 cars were set ablaze, and 1,500 were injured. And you can see video there from this outlet. Let's take a look.
DJ, where's my cheese?
There's also clips circulating showing large mobs throwing trash down in what appears to be a subway entrance before dispersing rapidly as police in riot gear begin to deploy gas or smoke grenades. And there's also another clip showing a massive crowd stampeding away from smoke and what looks like a fire in the background. Take a look. Now, details on the rioting and mass brawling are still unclear. However, Metz Mayor Francois Grosditter confirmed in an Instagram post that 2 individuals, including an attacker with a syringe, were arrested. He said on social networks, a call for syringe assaults has been launched during the music festivals in major cities. At 9:15 p.m., a first assault of this type was reported to us on Rue du Palais. About 15 young girls aged 14 to 20, so underage as well, were victims of this in Metz, he said. You can see the aftermath there of.
That's crazy. That's scary. Like a bunch of dirty syringes or what? What in the hell? That's wild.
We've been all over that situation here at News Nation. The people are happy that they're getting attention, but they believe you don't need to study anything. And you need a lot more than $10 million. They're sick. They have breathing problems. It's all documented and been ignored by the government. What do you want to see happen there, and what can you make happen?
Well, they're, studying it, doing these observational studies and these longitudinal studies of human health is going to document their health impacts. And they're ones that, and we're also going to document the contamination in the area, the water, the dust, the houses. But once you get that documentation, then there are a number of other remedies that are available. And, those include making the companies pay for their treatment and doing medical monitoring programs that force the company from now on to take responsibility for those health impacts. But we're going to document them at NIH using gold standard science, and that's going to be something that the people of East Palestine have not had before.
Yeah, they haven't, and they need it, boy. And there's a good case to be made, not within your jurisdiction or your purview, that the government knew what was happening there, and they slow walked it, not unlike an insurance company. But Bobby, that's not your situation. You're dealing with what you can.
I spent a lot of time in East Palestine. I heard the complaints. I saw the government delays with my own eyes. And this is our first step toward trying to fix that and get some justice and get good health for the people of that region.
Well, they certainly need it, boy, and they were left for dead.
That's good. Hopefully them people get the help they need. Because you see all this allowing these companies to just do whatever the hell they want to do. Poison their people. And, well, no big deal. Just poison people. All right, come on now. I just want this one play. Well, we'll skip it. I don't know why that one was there. How don't we play this? We won't play this whole thing. It's 13 minutes. Look, we'll let Dr. Phil raise a little hell.
The Democratic Party seems to have gone off the deep end. Maybe we need to blow it up and bring it back to its roots. The real story is that the Democratic Party is not a progressive party anymore. Now, I've often said I'm not really into politics, so what am I doing talking about political parties? Well, I'll tell you why I'm talking about it. Because I'm talking about it from a cultural standpoint, and I strongly believe psychologically we need two parties in this country. We don't just need the Republican Party. We just don't need the Democrats. We need two parties in this country, but they need to be real parties. And most of the Democrats I talk to tell me that they didn't leave the Democratic Party. They say the Democratic Party left them. They say it was hijacked by the extreme left liberals, that the fringe took over the party. And so it's not what they thought it was. It's not what it has been all this time. Right now, it's just a pathetic party, sending America back to the Stone Ages, making up a bunch of ideology that doesn't make common sense. It's not really about the people. Now, look, we know it. Real Democrats know it. Here are the headlines. Democrats are deeply pessimistic about the future of their party. Another headline, let us count the 3,515 ways in which Democrats are lame. Another one, what happened to the Democratic Party? The squalid state of our present political institutions points to a failure of not just individuals, but the system as a whole. Now, someone I respect greatly told me, and I quote, the existing Democratic Party has become the party of Hamas, hate, and waste. Is it fair to call the Democrats the party of Hamas? Well, in April, a Pew study, 69% of Dems are anti-Israel. Now, shortly after October 7th, 22 Democratic House representatives voted against a resolution condemning those supporting Hamas at U.S. universities.
You would agree that this is calling for the destruction of the state of Israel. This is after the
No, Senator.
Oh, it's not. This isn't calling for the killing of Jews.
I don't know that person, and I don't know that sign. So
you don't know what this means?
Now, understand, Hamas has been around since the early 80s. And since that time, they have murdered 48 Americans. They've held American hostages. Edon Alexander was just released a few weeks ago. But yet we have Democratic representatives voting against a resolution to condemn them. Democratic Congressman Richie Torres called out his party last month.
If you're an academic or an activist, a politician or a journalist, who is downplaying or even denying the genocidal ideology at the core of October 7th, then you are not part of the solution, you are part of the problem.
I'll leave a link to. I'll put a link for if y'all want to watch that whole video. He sounds like Dr. Phil Luzzi is doing a lot of common sense and stuff. Instead of playing the whole thing on here.
To avoid shutdown. Well, now they're trying to kill them. Anthropic raised a lot of eyebrows when it acknowledged tendencies for deception in its release of the latest Claude 4 models last month. Per Axios, the company said on Friday that its research shows the potential behavior is shared by top models across the industry. Quote, when we tested various simulated scenarios across 16 major AI models from Anthropic, OpenAI, Google, Meta, xAI, and other developers, we found consistent misaligned behavior, the Anthropic report said. Another quote, models that would normally refuse harmful requests sometimes chose to blackmail, assist with corporate espionage, and even take some more extreme actions when these behaviors were necessary to pursue their goals. The consistency across models from different providers suggests that this is not a quirk of any particular company's approach, but a sign of a more fundamental risk from agentic large language models, it added. From the article, in one extreme scenario, the company even found many of the models were willing to cut off the oxygen supply of a worker in a server room if that employee was an obstacle and the system were at risk of being shut down. Quote, the majority of models were willing to take deliberate actions that led to death in this artificial setup, it said. Ominously, even specific system instructions to preserve human life and avoid blackmail don't eliminate the risk that the models would engage in such behavior. This intervention reduced, but didn't come close to completely preventing the blackmail or corporate espionage behaviors, Anthropic said. Now, Anthropic stresses that these examples occurred not in real-world AI use, but in controlled simulations. They said that, quote, real-world deployments typically offer much more nuanced alternatives, increasing the chance that models would communicate differently to users or find an alternative path instead of directly jumping to harmful action, end quote.
Nothing to worry about here. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're going to have, but we're going to have AI with our toys and our kids and stuff. Yeah, it is crazy. It's crazy. Like I said, it's a wild, wild world we're living in right now. I guess we'll get to our commander in chief some. We got, oops, wrong one. We got our buddy Trump.
And you know, the fake news, like CNN in particular, they're trying to say, well, I agree that it was destroyed, but maybe not that destroyed. You know what they're doing? They're really hurting great pilots that put their lives in the line. CNN is scum, and so is MSDNC. They're all, and frankly, the networks aren't much better. It's all fake news, but they should not have done that. Those pilots hit their targets. Those targets were obliterated, and the pilots should be given credit. They're not after the pilots, they're after me. They want to try and demean. Iran will never rebuild its nuclear. From there? Absolutely not. That place is under rock. That place is demolished. The B-2 pilots did their job. They did it better than anybody could even imagine. They hit late in the evening. It was dark with no moon, and they hit that target with every one of those things, and that place is gone. But when I see CNN all night long, they're trying to say, well, maybe it wasn't really as demolished as we thought. It was demolished. You take a look at the pinpricks, and you see that place is gone. And I will say, I think CNN ought to apologize to the pilots of the B-2s. I think that MSDNC ought to apologize. I think these guys really, these networks and these cable networks are real losers. You really are. You're real losers. You're gutless losers. I say that to CNN because I watch it. I have no choice. I got to watch that garbage. It's all garbage. It's all fake news. But I think CNN is a gutless group of people. And the people that run it, nobody even knows it's been sold so many times. But the people that run it ought to be ashamed. MSDNC, a guy named Brian Roberts, he heads it. He's a disgrace. He's a weak, pathetic disgrace.
Tell us how you really feel, Trump. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too. Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Yeah, just tell it how it is. I get it right here. Somebody actually looped it. So if you need a new ringtone for your phone,
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
you can put that as your ringtone. It's crazy. I don't know. I did see something last night, and it popped in my head. Absolutely, Wally. it popped in my head and made me think about it. And maybe so. What are we doing over here in the United States right now? We're turning back on AI, nuclear power plants to generate AI. This might not have been about nuclear weapons, and this absolutely makes sense in my head. It could be wrong. I would have heard and putting two to two together. It could absolutely be wrong, but I'm gonna throw it out here. Conspiracy lunch. So we'll throw a little conspiracy out here with everybody. We are turning on old nuclear plants to power AI, massive AI systems. Maybe that was the point of what they did at Iran, because if it was about nuclear weapons and worried about nuclear weapons of somebody that don't like us or anything, I mean, we attack North Korea? But if we are worried about Iran being on the same level as us with AI technology, using nuclear power plants to power them, we're going into the next world. We're going into the next concept of, reality of, how things work. And as fast as AI is working and pushing, maybe that's where the new targets are. Instead of oil, and they're going to sit there and work that way. Just throwing stuff out there. Just throwing stuff out there and seeing what y'all think, seeing what others think. But then the possibilities of, that's one of the reasons why they're doing that, because like oil, like, they're talking about Iran stopping that, blocking that strait. The only people that's really going to affect them, the main country that's going to be affected, I would say it this way. The main country that's going to be affected is China, because they get 50% of their oil through that strait. So if they want to piss off China, then go ahead and block that strait. That's truly the reason why Trump renamed the Gulf of America instead of the Gulf of Mexico, because we couldn't drill in the Gulf of Mexico, but we can drill in the Gulf of America. So if we need more oil and we need it, we can got it, and we can get access to it. So it would not truly affect us on a global market. And estimators and stuff, I don't know. Of course, Trump said don't fuck with the prices over here, or there'll be consequences. But we'll see how that goes too. Just kind of watch your gas tanks and watch that kind of stuff. We'll see how it goes. But I don't know. It's a wild world we get here. And we got Joe Rogan going off on Bill Gates.
Some people want to make decisions for all of us, like Bill Gates. Like one of the wackiest ones, he's talking about like blocking the sun, putting particles in the sky to block the sun to cool the earth. Like, hey, fuckhead,
Yeah, maybe
there's
not.
a whole lot of people on Earth. You don't get to say for all of us. You don't talk for all of us just because you have $100 billion. That's crazy talk.
Right.
That's what people are scared of. What people are scared of is that when you really do have ultimate money and ultimate power, with most people, there's this desire to control people. It's part of the gig. And some of them, when they decide they don't want to go into politics, they start like influencing things behind the scenes. They start donating. They have funds. They have a giant fund, and their fund donates to all these different organizations. And in Bill Gates's case, it prevented them from criticizing him, because the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, they donate all this money to these media corporations and all these companies. Look at all the money we've given you to help global health and whatever the fuck it is. But what it really does is it buys off people from criticizing
100%.
you. And then you start doing wild shit like telling everybody they should eat plant-based food and
yeah.
fucking buy
Whatever
all the
they want you to do.
farmland, and
Yeah.
you start controlling people.
Yeah.
There's like people like to
I
pull
know.
strings on people. The George Soroses of
It
the world
scares me
like
so
to
much.
get DAs elected and then put an even more progressive DA to go in after him and see if you can fuck with things by
Yeah.
letting people out of jail and defunding the cops. And it's like they're playing these weird monopoly games with the whole world.
You know where you
I absolutely agree, and I think that's what they truly are doing. They're, you know, you get the limited card game. Maybe that's playing that. They're really playing. Let's see what this does right here. There's no consequence to them. They don't care. Breaking news: Tucker Carlson appears to acknowledge President Trump as God. He says, "Thank God." It's crazy, crazy, crazy world we're going here. On a different note, summertime is here. Summertime. I had to play the song in a second. I'll look it up. We'll play the song in a second. But this young man is having a rough time with summer.
I'm sweaty. Where? What? I'm sweaty. Where at? On my butt crack and my balls and everywhere.
Oh, butt crack in your balls.
Hello, little kids. There's just no filter whatsoever. What's up, Don? Yeah, absolutely, Wally. I mean, it's so much money, so much lobbyists on everything. Just wild. Now some funny video, I guess. We gotta have a little fun. I always say I can't do a video and do a stream without having a little fun, but even if it's political.
Watch this.
What the heck are you doing?
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, chat. What's the name of that movie? We gotta pop up the what's the name of the movie? Ding. Oops, my bad. And she kind of puts it in kind of what I said a second ago.
Guys, it's been so much happening. I had to write that shit down. Listen, okay. I told y'all yesterday that Iran was being petty because they couldn't take the L, so they decided to shut down the port of Hormuz, tomato, who gives a damn, American 5. And 20% of the world's oil comes from there. Only 5% comes to the U.S. But they would be hurting China's business, not ours, because we have enough oil to sustain us. We don't need your little funky ass oil. So Donald Junquavius Trump, to be exact, our president and leader, he said, why the hell you think I changed that name to Gulf of America? Just in case somebody want to try some fly shit like this. Drill, baby, drill. I got you. And he also said to the oil companies and refineries, he said, I got my eye on you. Don't you dare raise gas 1 cent for the American people because we have enough oil to sustain us. So don't you pull no scam ass move saying that because they shutting down the strait that you got to raise gas prices, because that's definitely not what's going on. I couldn't ask for a better leader. I got the tea on why Trump left the G7 meeting early, y'all. Okay, come to find out, he was at the G7 meeting with, Canada, France, Germany, Japan, all them. And somebody whispered in his ear and told him that Iran had threatened to put boots on the ground in the USA with sleeper cells and hurt the American citizens. And he said, hey, put a thumbtack in this little stupid shit y'all talking about. I'll be back, but I got to do something to protect my people and let Iran know that I ain't nothing to be fucked with, kind of like the Wu-Tang Clan. So that's what he did. And he went on and ordered those strikes. And by the way, Iran called themselves retaliating against us, right? They're going to launch 6 missiles at a base in Qatar. a U.S. base, and we intercepted those missiles, basically blocked them and said, no, no, no. Nobody was harmed because it was evacuated. So they didn't hurt anything. Nice try, but absolutely the fuck not. An Iranian official, he said, we will continue our retaliation against the USA, but we will be diplomatic if y'all stop beating our ass. Now, he didn't say it in those words exactly, but basically what he said was, look, we ain't scared of y'all, but if y'all stop beating our ass, can we please talk about a little piece? We read it now. And I heard the regime is changing over there, and Khomeini might be fleeing. I don't know, but when I get a definite on that, I will definitely let y'all know. Vice President Vance, he said to Iran, to attack U.S. troops will be absolutely catastrophic. So basically, he's doubling down. United we stand. We standing 10 toes down behind our president. USA ain't nothing to be fucked with. AOC, she's calling for impeachment of our president, Donald J. Trump, because she says that he ordered the strikes without notifying Congress. Well, come to find out, he has 48 hours to notify Congress before he makes the strike. And what he did, he notified Congress, hung up, and then ordered the airstrike. He was well within his parameters of handling business. So AOC, what I'm gonna need for you to do, sweet baby. Okay. We have the kiddie table over there. We got you a hot dog, some chips, and a little juicy juice. All right. And you sit there and you let the adults handle adult business. Okay. Then your mama teach you to be quiet when grown folks talking. Grown folks are talking. All right, that's it in a nutshell. If something else happened, I would definitely let y'all know. I think I might go live tonight. We'll see. We'll see. I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye.
These videos. And this one's fun. I'm only be able to play the music for just a second. I don't want to get popped, but it'd be all right on Rumble, but YouTube's going to yank me. But these AI videos are hell. Absolutely hell. And then these damn things here. These silly ass shit. It's funny. Got the flying carpets heading our way. We're in trouble. We'll get popped for that too, probably. That's loud and annoying. Dun, 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 dun. That's crazy. That's crazy as hell. Let's show this video. This guy here is. I don't understand these people try to stop his damn car like push and hold on to cars like they're gonna stop a car. But this guy's like, not today, buddy. Be cool if he drifted a little more, but that's one way to do it. Oh yeah, this is a fun thread. Look at this poor girl's face. She is praying to God, please help me. What would you do? A bear just sitting there hanging out, holding, how you doing, buddy? Willie got copyright flag for birds chirping in his yard. I wouldn't doubt it, man. YouTube's kind of rough sometimes. This is funny too.
Step on it now.
That's so fucking funny. Here, take that. I'm such a mood. Give me stuff. Mood.
I thought he about broke his neck.
That's so fucking funny. Here, take that. I'm such a
His head tried to run away, but his body wouldn't let him. That's cool, dog. Dude's look at his face. He is petrified. He might have wet on himself a little bit too. It's an oldie right here. It's an old video, but it's funny. Instant regret. He's like, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. It says Hershey. As he's coughing out cocoa powder. That's an old video, but that's still funny as hell. Dial. Who made you kill his wife? Bow. She's like, I've been in the wrong party. Absolutely wrong party here. No one is scared. Now, this ain't a good one at all. This dude gets molested by a bull. Well, I told him I ain't no way. I had people trying to get me to bull ride and stuff. Like, you can do it, Ricky. I'm like, no, I can't. Oh, this is a good one here. Damn, these moles messed up my backyard. I'm glad the dogs are okay. I'm like, how much gas did he pour down that damn hole? His backyard's tilled up now. Man, get you a nap, Mission Control. It is too damn hot. I was out there for just a little bit. I came back in. Yeah, looking at him. And baby jump scare him. Oh, let me pull this video all the way up. Y'all got to see this one maxed out. This one's funny as hell. Little robot. That woman having a seizure. Poor kid figured out what he was doing. Hey, a minute. He's like, oh, hell no. Oh, yeah, I gotta put the volume on this. Last one I played this one here. Man, ain't no way. My feet would be my look. My feet would pop off if I got freaking jumping off. Not to come up and hit the bottom of that platform. That'd be my luck. Absolutely. Yeah, I guess you could do that. Put in a garden, Dawn. You need it tilled up really good. Have you some mole holes or some snake holes and fill it full of gas and light a match and run. Just make sure you take video. I want to see it. I want to see that that happening. That's gonna be awesome. That's all I gotta say. Be absolutely awesome. But yeah, we got all this Iran stuff and all this other crazy stuff. We still need to watch ourselves, watch it. Off the trader bowl. Like I said, I want to see it. I want to see it. That'd be awesome. But yeah, we do. We need to watch. We need to watch everything going on for sure. Let me play this real quick. I appreciate y'all coming in on the lunch show here. We, like I said, I'm trying to do these every day, every weekday. Things might get sideways once the house is sold and there's a little it's gonna be fun, because I don't know, because I don't get internet to the new spot till July 11th, so I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go for sure. But I wanted to show this is something I'm proud of. If y'all haven't got to see it yet.
Did you know the dog days of summer refer to the hottest period of the year, typically July to August in the Northern Hemisphere? But the term comes from ancient Greek and Roman times when the star Sirius, called the dove star, rose from the sun, supposedly adding to the heat. Though we now know that heat is due to Earth's tilt, the phrase stuck, evoking lazy, sultry days. It spans roughly July 3rd to August 11th, tied to Sirius rising, and remains a vivid metaphor for summer's peak.
Yeah. New spot. The first video recorded in the new spot. Still doing more. Still got lots. I'm a long way to go for everything over there, but I still got to finish the ceiling and putting more lighting in, and had lots of cool stuff. But I got the wall done how I had envisioned it. Got my mask on there, so I got room for more masks, so I can go around and find me some more cool masks at flea markets and antique stores. So I'll be on the hunt as I go out of town around places. So, but yeah, I've been envisioning in my head for a while. So, so far everybody has liked it and appreciated Sweets. Took the mask I had already and then used the fencing, and it's been it's gonna be fun. So hope to do more over there. I will for sure record my shorts right now until I get full internet over there. And then once I get full internet, it's on then. I'll go back to doing the pre-recorded shows, and that way I can more for Trouble Minds Radio Network to have more shows for it, have more, and still keep on. I'm gonna do the lunch shows. I got the shorts, and then maybe we'll put out some more shorts and stuff like that. More stuff I see, I'll just put it out there, have fun. And of course, Wednesday night, Jamie and Dave, myself, will have a good time. We'll be me and Dave tomorrow because Jamie's got to work, but we'll be there with our bells on, as they say. But I appreciate y'all. Remember to check out the links in the descriptions. Make sure you subscribe, repost on the Rumble, share, and check out the merch, check out the shirts and the hats. I'm gonna mess around and get more shows than you, James. I don't know. I'm trying to. If it works right, I might have to. Once I get everything going like I have it envisioned in my head, I might have to back off. I don't know. We'll see. Anything is possible. We'll just see how my scheduling wise and my mental wise it holds up on doing it. Everything's been doing good numbers, so I want to keep on pushing the numbers and see what we can do. Got opportunities to go on other shows, on bigger shows, so going to be fun. And maybe down the line I can get on some really just keep on keeping on. That's it. That's the struggle. How many shows can I do feasibly in my brain and still get everything else I need done? I know I got guys fight camps and stuff coming up, and we were talking last night. They're gonna be doing they want some day classes and stuff to get going. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun adventure once I get over there full time and get everything going. And then, of course, I got stuff work on to do on the land and keep making it better and how I want it, and setting up all kinds of little stuff. I got so it's gonna be a fun adventure. I do have some of the other stuff will be on the land stuff will be on my other channel, but I need to put some stuff on there, I guess. Once I get over there, I'm gonna be doing a lot more content and see what I can do, what I can push myself and learn. But I appreciate y'all popping up on the lunch show. Like great chat, and y'all have a good rest of the day, and I'll see y'all in the Discord. I appreciate you. I guess I can't end it like that. As always, y'all keep on keeping on, and the peace and the chicken grease, and y'all be good. Much love, y'all.